Before we begin, pause for a second. I want you to answer this in your heart. Which country are you watching this from right now? And what time is it where you are? Because this message does not hit the same in the morning as it does late at night. If you're watching this while the world is quiet, while everyone else is asleep, while your thoughts feel heavier than usual, then this is not coincidence. Allah speaks to hearts when distractions are low. And if you are here at this exact hour, in this exact emotional state, it means Allah wants your full attention. Do not treat this like another video, because what you are feeling lately, that inner shift, that calm mixed with confusion, that detachment you didn't plan, is not happening to everyone. It is happening to you for a reason. Most people scroll past moments like this. Most people ignore the signs, but the ones Allah is preparing are always pulled into silence first. Stay with me until the end, because if you leave early, you will misread what Allah is doing in your life right now. And once you understand these signs, you will stop fighting the process that was meant to elevate you. This is not motivation. This is alignment. And the clarity waiting at the end will change how you see everything you are going through right now. Before Allah changes your life, He does something most people never notice. He does not touch your situation first. He touches your heart very softly, very slowly, in ways no one else can see. You wake up one day and nothing looks different. The same place, the same faces, the same problems. But inside you, something has shifted. You don't feel as desperate anymore. You don't feel as tight in your chest. You don't feel like your heart is fighting for survival. And that confuses you, because you remember how much this thing once meant to you, how you cried for it, how you begged Allah for it, how your sleep was broken because of it. You remember telling Allah, if I lose this, I won't survive. But now, you're still here, breathing, standing, alive, and your heart is quieter. Not happy, not excited, just calmer. This is not weakness. This is not you giving up. This is Allah removing a weight your soul was never meant to carry forever. Allah is gentle. He knows the human heart. He knows that if He took something away, while your heart was still attached to it, it would feel like punishment. So He never does that. Instead, He prepares you. He slowly loosens the grip. He softens the craving. He drains the pain from the desire. Until one day, you notice that you no longer chase what once chased you. You still remember it. You still acknowledge it, but it no longer controls your breathing. This is a mercy, because Allah never removes something without first protecting your heart from collapse. You may not realize it yet, but Allah is healing you before the loss. So when the door finally closes, it doesn't slam. It closes gently, and your heart doesn't scream. It bows. You don't beg. You don't fight destiny. You don't question Allah with anger. You feel something else instead. Acceptance. And acceptance is not surrender to pain. It is surrender to wisdom. Allah knows that some things cannot come with you into the future. He has written, some attachments would poison the peace He wants to give you. Some desires would keep you stuck in a version of yourself that no longer fits. So Allah does something beautiful. He makes room, not by breaking you, not by humiliating you, not by forcing separation, but by peace. He allows your heart to detach before your hands are forced to let go. That is love. You may feel guilty about this calm. You may think, why don't I feel the same anymore? Why doesn't it hurt like before? Why am I not fighting? Do not feel guilty. This is not coldness. This is healing. Allah is not taking something away from you. He is taking pain away from it, so you can move forward without bleeding. Sometimes Allah leaves the thing in your life, but removes your attachment to it. And that is even more powerful, Because now, even if it stays, it doesn't own you. And if it leaves, it doesn't destroy you. This is emotional freedom. This is spiritual maturity. This is Allah saying, I will not let this break you. You may notice that your du'as have changed too. You don't beg the same way. You don't cry with the same desperation. Your words are softer now. You say, Ya Allah, if this is good for me, keep it. And if it is not, give me peace. That prayer only comes from a heart Allah has already touched. You didn't reach this state on your own. Allah brought you here because He knows what is coming next. And what is coming next requires a heart that is not chained to the past. So if you feel lighter today towards something you once thought you couldn't live without, do not be afraid. This is not emptiness. This is space. Space for clarity. Space for peace. Space for a new chapter that cannot begin until the old grip is released. Even if nothing around you has changed, yet your heart has. And that is always the first sign. Because Allah always changes the inside before He changes the outside. Always. There was a time when waiting broke you, when delay felt unbearable, when silence felt like rejection, when unanswered du'as made your chest feel tight and heavy. You remember how every pause made you panic, how every closed door made you question yourself, how every delay felt like Allah had forgotten you. But now, something is different. The situation may be the same. The door may still be closed. The answer may still not have arrived. Yet your heart is calmer. You still care. But you are no longer drowning. This change did not come from you. This calm was taught. Allah teaches patience before He gives expansion, because blessings are heavy, and a heart that panics under delay will collapse under abundance. Allah knows that if He gave you everything too quickly, it would overwhelm you. So He slows time, not to punish you, but to strengthen you. When Allah delays something, He is not standing still. He is working quietly. He is teaching your heart how to breathe without control, how to trust without proof, how to stand without certainty. This kind of patience does not come naturally. It is built. You may notice now that waiting no longer makes you desperate. You don't refresh your phone constantly. You don't replay the same fears again and again. You don't beg the future to hurry. You still make dua, but your dua has changed. It is softer. It is calmer. It is deeper. You say, Ya Allah, I trust you. And this is not something you say to convince yourself. You feel it. That is the difference. Allah does not teach patience with words. He teaches it with time. Every delay you survived added strength to your soul. Every unanswered prayer taught your heart to lean on Allah instead of outcomes. Every moment you thought you couldn't handle, but did handle, trained you for something greater. Allah never gives big things to weak foundations. He builds the foundation first. If you are calm while waiting, it means Allah has already strengthened you. You are no longer ruled by urgency. You are no longer controlled by fear. You are no longer begging life to move faster. And this is dangerous for the old version of you, because panic kept you small, but patience prepares you for growth. Allah does not delay to hurt you. He delays to teach you how to carry what is coming. Sometimes Allah delays the answer because the answer requires a different version of you, a calmer you, a stronger you, a more grounded you. If the delay no longer shakes you, it means Allah is almost done shaping you. Because once patience settles in the heart, movement is near. The hardest waiting comes right before change. Allah often slows things down just before He moves them quickly. You may not see it yet, but the calm you feel is a sign. It means your heart is no longer fragile. It means you are no longer ruled by emotion. It means you can now receive without losing yourself. That is why Allah waited, not because you were unworthy, but because you were becoming ready. There comes a time when people are still around you, but your heart no longer feels at home with them. Nothing bad happened. No argument, no betrayal, no harsh words. And yet, something feels different. You sit with them, but you feel alone. You listen, but the words feel empty. You smile, but it feels forced. This confusion hurts because you don't know why it's happening. You ask yourself, what changed? Why do I feel distant? Why doesn't my heart settle like before? This is not arrogance. This is not ingratitude. This is not you becoming cold. This is Allah quietly changing your direction. Allah does not always remove people by pushing them away. Sometimes He removes connection instead. He slowly takes the warmth out of conversations. He gently pulls your heart back. He creates a distance that cannot be explained with logic, because if Allah removed everyone loudly, it would break you. So He does it softly. You may notice that the things you once enjoyed with them no longer bring peace. The jokes feel shallow, the gatherings feel heavy, the energy feels draining, and you don't even want to explain it to anyone because you don't want to hurt them. So you stay quiet, and that silence grows. This is painful because the heart wants familiarity, but Allah wants growth. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into every chapter of your life. Some people were meant for a season. Some were meant to teach you. Some were meant to support you for a time. But when Allah prepares to change your life, He also changes who can walk beside you, because the next version of you requires a different environment, a different energy, a different level of understanding. Allah knows that if certain people stayed too close, they would slow you down, not because they are evil, but because they cannot understand where Allah is taking you. So Allah creates distance without drama, without enemies, without chaos, just space. And this space hurts because it feels like loss, but it is protection. You may feel guilty for this distance. You may think, why don't I feel the same? Why am I pulling away? Why do I feel misunderstood? Do not feel guilty. Allah is protecting your heart from attachments that would hold you back. Sometimes Allah removes people because they are tied to an old version of you. And if they stay, they will keep reminding you of who you were, not who you are becoming. This distance is Allah saying, I need you light for what is coming. Heavy attachments cannot travel far. You may also notice that you prefer silence now. You enjoy being alone more. You don't crave company the way you used to. You don't feel the need to explain yourself. This is not loneliness. This is realignment. Allah is teaching you how to be complete without depending on people, because the next phase of your life requires inner strength. People come and go. He remains. And Allah wants you anchored in Him, not in anyone else. If you feel people drifting away, without hatred, without anger, without bitterness, it is not rejection. It is Allah gently closing doors that cannot stay open where He is taking you. And yes, it hurts, because even necessary distance still feels like loss. But one day, you will understand, Allah didn't remove them to punish you. He removed them to protect the version of you He is building in silence. There comes a point in your life when the world starts to feel quieter. Not because the world has changed, not because people stopped talking, not because noise disappeared, but because your heart stopped reacting the same way. Things that once shook you deeply no longer have the same power. Opinions still exist, criticism still comes, praise still reaches you, but it doesn't move you like before. And at first, this feels strange. You wonder, why don't I care the same way? Why doesn't this bother me anymore? Why am I not chasing approval like I used to? This is not laziness. This is not arrogance. This is not emotional shutdown. This is Allah quieting the world inside your heart. Before Allah changes your life, He lowers the volume of distractions. Because a noisy heart cannot hear guidance, there was a time when other people's words lived rent-free in your mind. Their opinions shaped your mood. Their approval shaped your confidence. Their rejection shaped your pain. You woke up thinking about what they thought. You slept worrying about how you were seen. But slowly, very slowly, that grip loosened. You still listen, but you don't absorb everything. You still care, but you don't depend. This did not happen overnight. Allah trained your heart through disappointment. Each time people misunderstood you. Each time you explained yourself and still weren't heard. Each time you tried to please everyone and failed. Allah was teaching you a quiet lesson. People were never meant to be your source of peace. So He gently disconnected your heart from needing their constant validation. Now, when someone praises you, you feel grateful but not addicted. When someone criticizes you, you reflect but don't collapse. This balance is not natural. It is taught. Allah teaches it when He is preparing you for elevation, because elevation attracts noise. And if your heart still depends on approval, you will lose yourself the moment attention increases. So Allah protects you before that happens. You may notice that you no longer feel the need to explain yourself to everyone. You no longer argue to be understood. You no longer beg to be seen correctly. You are okay being misunderstood. This is not weakness. This is inner strength. Allah removes the crowd from your heart, so your decisions are no longer polluted. Now you move with intention, not pressure. You choose with clarity, not fear. You walk with purpose, not performance. You may also notice that your values have changed. Things that once felt important now feel empty. Status, attention, showing off, winning arguments. They don't feed your soul anymore, and you don't even miss them because Allah replaced them with something deeper: sincerity, peace, alignment, quiet confidence. When Allah is about to change your life, He makes your heart less dependent on the world, because the world is unstable. People change, opinions shift, trendy, but Allah remains. And Allah wants your heart connected to Him, not to noise. You may feel more selective now. You choose silence over argument, distance over drama, depth over attention. This is not isolation. This is purification. Allah is filtering what enters your heart, because what enters your heart shapes who you become, and who you are becoming requires clarity. If the world feels quieter lately, do not fear it. This silence is not emptiness. It is space. Space for wisdom, space for guidance, space for Allah's direction to settle in your heart. And when the world loses its grip on you, Allah gains your full attention. That is always the turning point. There is a moment in life that feels strange to the heart. You are still hurting. The problem is still there. The situation has not changed. And yet, your heart whispers something unexpected. Alhamdulillah. Not loudly, not confidently, but softly, almost like you surprised yourself. This is one of the rarest states a believer can reach, because gratitude usually comes after relief, after the door opens, after the pain ends. But here you are, still waiting, still unsure, still struggling, and yet you feel thankful, not because the pain is gone, but because your heart feels held. This does not mean the pain is small. It means Allah has made your heart strong. There was a time when pain made you complain, when hardship made you angry, when confusion made you question everything, and Allah understands that phase. He never blamed you for your tears. He never rejected your questions. But slowly, He taught your heart something deeper. He taught you how to see Him inside the hardship. So now, even when things hurt, you can still feel Allah's presence. you can still feel His nearness. You can still feel that you are not alone. That is why gratitude appears. Not because life is easy, but because Allah feels close. You may not even realize when this change happened. It came quietly. One night, you were crying, and instead of saying, "Why me?" you said, "Ya Allah, stay with me." That sentence alone shows how much your heart has grown. Gratitude in pain does not mean you like the pain. It means you trust the one who allowed it. It means you believe that Allah does not waste your suffering. You start to understand that pain is not always a punishment. Sometimes it is purification. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is redirection. And when your heart accepts that truth, gratitude becomes possible. You may still wake up heavy. You may still feel tired. You may still struggle to smile. But deep inside, there is a calm belief. This is not for nothing. And that belief changes everything. Allah gives this kind of gratitude only to hearts. He is preparing for something greater, because gratitude keeps the heart soft, and a soft heart can receive mercy. If Allah removed the pain too early, you might forget Him when ease arrives. So He allows gratitude to enter your heart first, so that when relief finally comes, you don't walk away. You bow, you remember, you stay connected. This is why some people lose Allah after their problems end. But you won't, because Allah trained your heart to thank Him in the storm. So, when the calm arrives, your gratitude will be even deeper. You may notice that you complain less now, not because everything is fine, but because complaining no longer gives relief. Trust does. You begin to choose silence over anger, dua over despair, sabr over panic. This is not forced behavior. This is inner change. Allah is rewriting how your heart responds to hardship. You begin to see lessons where you once saw only loss. You begin to see growth where you once saw only pain. And slowly, the pain starts shaping you instead of breaking you. Gratitude does not erase suffering, but it gives it meaning. And meaning is what keeps the heart alive. If you can thank Allah while the wound is still open, your soul is already healing, even if your life hasn't caught up yet. Because Allah always heals the heart before He heals the situation. Always. There comes a quiet moment in a believer's life when the words they use in dua begin to change. Not because they planned it, not because someone taught them how, but because their heart is no longer the same. You remember how you used to pray. You asked Allah to fix everything, to change people, to remove problems, to hurry the outcome. Your du'as were full of urgency, full of fear, full of pressure, and Allah listened. He always listens. But time passed. Life unfolded slowly, and something inside you softened. Now, when you raise your hands, you don't sound the same. Your voice is calmer. Your words are fewer. Your heart is quieter. You don't demand anymore. You trust. This is not because you stopped caring. It is because Allah taught your soul something deeper. He taught you that control was never yours. So now, instead of asking Allah to change the world around you, you ask Him to steady what is inside you. You say things like, "Ya Allah, guide me. Ya Allah, give me clarity. Ya Allah, make me strong enough." These words come from a heart that has already surrendered. And surrender is powerful, because Allah responds to surrender in ways He does not respond to panic. When your du'as change, it means your faith has matured. You no longer want shortcuts. You no longer beg for speed. You no longer rush destiny. You are willing to be shaped before you are moved. This is rare. Many people want Allah's gifts without Allah's process. But you are learning patience. You are learning trust. You are learning to say, "Ya Allah, if this is good for me, let it stay." And if it is not, remove it gently. That prayer takes courage. It means you trust Allah more than you trust your own desire. It means you believe that Allah sees what you cannot. This shift does not happen overnight. It is built through disappointment, through unanswered prayers, through moments where nothing made sense. Each time Allah did not give you what you asked for, He was shaping how you ask. So now, your heart is no longer desperate. It is anchored. You don't feel the need to explain Allah's plan to yourself anymore. You rest in it. And this rest is not laziness. It is certainty. You may still feel pain. You may still feel fear. You may still feel unsure. But you are no longer shaken because you know that Allah is handling what you cannot. When your du'as mature, your soul becomes ready. Ready for responsibility, ready for blessing, ready for elevation. Allah does not place big things into fragile hearts. He waits, and when your words soften, when your expectations humble, when your heart stops fighting, Allah moves, quietly, precisely, perfectly. You may not see the change yet, but it has already begun, because destiny always follows surrender. Always. Look at where you are right now. After everything you've lived through, after every delay, every heartbreak, every quiet night, where you thought no one saw you, you are still here, and you are still turning back to Allah. That alone is a sign that He has never left you. All these subtle shifts you've been feeling, the way your attachments are fading, the way waiting doesn't hurt the same, the way some people feel distant now, the way the world's noise is softer, the way gratitude appears in the middle of your pain, the way your du'as are changing, none of that is random. This is Allah reshaping you on the inside, before He changes everything on the outside. You are not going crazy. You are not broken. You are not falling off. You are being rewritten. The old version of you that used to beg for what hurt you, chase what drained you, and panic at every delay, that version is dying, and something new is standing up inside you. A version of you that can walk with more tawakkul, a version of you that isn't owned by people, a version of you that can receive blessings without forgetting the one who sent them. So instead of asking, "Why is Allah doing this to me?" start saying, "Ya Allah, complete what you have started inside me." Because once Allah begins touching a heart, He does not leave it half-changed. He finishes the story. Maybe right now you can't see the full picture. Maybe all you see is distance, delay, and quiet change. But one day, you will look back at this exact season of your life, and you will say, "If Allah hadn't taken that from me, if Allah hadn't delayed that for me, if Allah hadn't separated me from them, if Allah hadn't calmed my heart first, I would have never survived where He was taking me." So don't rush this stage. Don't hate this stage. This is the surgery before the cure. This is the cleaning before the gift. This is the rewriting before the reveal. Tonight, when you are alone, don't open your phone first. Open your hands. Say, even if it's in a whisper, "Ya Allah, I don't understand everything you're doing, but I know you don't waste my tears. You don't waste my waiting. You don't waste my pain. If you are changing me, then don't stop. Finish what you started in my heart. Give me a life that is close to you, even if it looks different from what I imagined, and then rest in that dua, because the one who placed these subtle signs in your life is the same, one who will carry you to the moment everything finally makes sense. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not behind. You are being aligned. And you are not forgotten. You are being chosen in ways the world isn't supposed to see yet. May Allah make these signs clear for you. Make your heart soft to His guidance and allow you to live long enough to witness the day where you say, "Now I understand. Every quiet change was Him taking me somewhere better." Āmīn.